The Circle of Hope pastors are here. Rachel, Julie, Ben, Johnny. I'm Johnny. We're right in the middle of Advent, and Advent is the season before Christmas where we wait in anticipation for Jesus's birth. So we're wondering, where have we actually seen the light this Advent? Let's share some stories.
Yeah, someone was asking, like, where is this all worth it? Like, none of this is making sense. They were kind of caught up in the fog of their life, their school, their kids. It all just kind of gets really distracting and really dark. So we got to say, like, yo, no, where is it? Tell me, please. So we're here to tell you something.
Mm. I've been seeing the light in our high school cell group that got formed over the summer. The kids themselves formed it, and they just keep inviting their friends and building it and learning to love each other, paying attention to each other, wanting to know more about Jesus. So it's cool to see their excitement and their enthusiasm and God in them.
Do you think they're getting it? Like, I don't know, teenagers are sometimes, I don't know, we have bad impressions or something. Like they can't figure it out, or they're just being themselves. Like, just being themselves isn't okay enough, or something like that. What is, are they getting it? Like, is stuff happening, or are they just hanging out?
I think so. No, I think they have real seeds of faith that they're nurturing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're normal teenagers too, but they've got real seeds of faith, and they want to give what they've got. It's cool.
I'm kind of a normal teenager sometimes too.
I was seeing some light myself with a friend of mine who's actually in her last days. She's dying, and
oh wow.
But it was such a gift to be with her, because she, even in this struggle, Jesus is helping her. And she asked me to sing this song, and some other leaders that had come before me from Circle of Hope, she remembered this song, and she asked them to sing to her. Angie Peterson's song, a Christmas song, it says, "For all the brokenhearted who walk a weary path." For all the disappointment,
yep, in a love that didn't last.
That's right. And the chorus is, "I am here, my love, I am here." And it's like it's the words of Jesus to her in her last hours.
I'm the child for the child who lives in fear, right?
Yep.
I'm the child for the child who lives in fear, and I am here.
That comfort, like she's held on to the comfort of that song in the body, like through these relationships with people that love her. As we sit with her, she wants to just hear it over and over again, because she knows the presence of Jesus with her through the body of Christ and through the words of the song.
I love that song too. Last night in my cell, we lit a candle and turned off all the lights and watched the candle kind of dance around and gutter. And it was a little, we were saying it was a little, ooh, something was happening. It felt a little bit electric in our small little darkness, with that symbolic light in the center. And someone who has never participated in Advent before was like, no, seriously, what is Advent? You have to explain it to me. Like, what is Advent? And I just did explain it. What are you talking about? And she's and she's like, no, this is how my brain works. You got to give it to me like in layman's terms. Come on. And I said, you know what? I don't want to like explain it theologically or biblically. Again, remember when the candle was lit and we were like, oh, something's happening here. There's this, like, I don't know, some sense of presence. That's Advent.
Did she get that?
She did. She's just much more intuitive, And I think that Advent is for that kind of intuitive knowing. And the life of faith is that kind of intuitive knowing. It's like lighting a candle and something is happening, and it's not just a candle, and it has to be described in onomatopoeia. Ooh. What is this thing? I think that in our togetherness, Jesus really is present, and I'm seeing the light in my cell and getting below the kind of the surface level, that the ritual and the symbol is meaning something, not just because we said it or it like it's kind of neat, but because God is really getting us below this, even the surface of our own minds, and into our hearts and into the reality that is behind the everyday.
Yeah, Ben, that reminds me how trees are dormant during winter, but their roots keep growing down deeper.
Really? They like grow through the like frozen ground?
Yeah.
Oh, that's because the ground is only frozen so deep.
Mm-hmm.
Deep down underneath, the ground is still alive.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a cool image.
Johnny, what about you?
Thank you.
What light are you seeing?
Well, I have to attune my eyes to the light, and kind of because it's hard to see it, because the darkness can be so overwhelming. So I really empathize with the person that's wondering, where is it? How can I see it?
Mm-hmm.
And I think sometimes I expect it to be so blinding in its brightness that I just miss it, because, yeah, it is a little subtle, like my friend who lives in Tulsa wrote me. She used to be a part of Circle of Hope, and she said, I'm missing Advent with Circle of Hope. And I realized, oh, this was a significant thing for a person that she brought with her. And then she was reciting here's another song. She wanted to know the words to the kids' candle lighting Advent song.
Light a candle for the prophet.
Yeah, that one.
God became like us to say.
Yeah. I mean, that is also really,
I love you, be my friend today.
the real simple part of Advent for her was meaningful all the way somewhere else, and that illuminates. Oh, there is light here that I can see. Right, that's the idea.
That song's really old. I translated that song into Spanish when I was the Sunday school teacher in Mexico.
Wow.
Encienda una vela para Cristo.
That was a long time ago.
Weren't you like 20 then?
Yeah.
Wow.
17 years ago.
So that's it's helpful for me to learn to actually try to fix my eyes to see the light, because in some ways it is all around me. I'm just not always looking for it, and I kind of do get distracted by the darkness around me.
Mm.
Yeah, we got to keep looking for the light, and it really is that. Like you said, subtle. I don't know. There are probably other better words for it. We need to write a poem about it. But it's like this reframing, this looking, this waiting, this holding the tension, this sense, this spiritual reality requires tending, and it requires a community of people that are creating a culture that sees the world this way, that sees the new creation that is happening and is coming to its fullness, that's still in process, that the darkness is it's fading, and it's not overcoming the light. Yes.
It's like a pregnant belly growing. You can't see your belly growing per se, but the life keeps expanding it.
I was listening to Julie a few weeks ago at her Sunday meeting, and she told us that God didn't promise us a life without darkness or without suffering. God said, in Jesus, in this world you'll find trouble, but I've overcome the world, right? And so I think that hold on to that promise that Jesus has overcome the world, and that redemption and that deliverance is coming, and count it as a blessing when you see bits of that light right now. Hold on to those moments, because they can be hard to experience and hard to hold on to and hard to remember. So keep looking for them. If you have stories of light that you've seen this Advent, would you comment on this video, or if you share your own story? It would be great if we could get a lot of people sharing these stories of light that they see, because the more we gather, the more illuminated I guess the worlds will be.
Yeah, we might be able to spread that on the internet. of all places.
Even on the internet.
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
Thanks for tuning in. Keep sending us questions. We'll see you next time.